Hello there, and welcome back to Jediism 101. All right, we have arrived at our final line of the code. Thanks for sticking with me all these weeks so far, and I'm hoping you learned something. So, let's recap. First, we talked about what a Jedi realist in the modern world is, as a more modern religion that follows or tries to follow the tenets and principles of the Jedi from the movies, the books, the TV series, and the comics. Some things will work out, some things will not. Obviously, I can't levitate a car with my mind. There are days I really wish I could, getting out of those dang parking spots. Then we started to dove into the Jedi Code itself. We started with our first and probably the hardest line: "There is no emotion, there is peace." And what that is entailing is making sure that we are in control of our emotions and not letting our emotions control us. We moved on to the second line of "There is no ignorance, there is knowledge," where I said this one's pretty easy. Go learn something new, learn something more about something you already know something about. In the age of information, ignorance is truly a choice. You know, that's the fun thing about having $1,100 computers in our back pockets that we sit on. We can have access to all the information we ever need. Make sure you check your sources to make sure they're all saying the same thing. Then we moved on to "There is no passion, there is serenity." Confusing as this one is, I want you to have passion. Passion for something is a great way of really making yourself dive into it and gaining more knowledge about it. But there has to be a reason for it. It doesn't have to be the best reason, just has to be reason that drives it forward, not just this fiery passion. Because if it's only passion driven, sometimes that can lead to obsession. Obsession is a unfortunate path to the dark side. That's somewhere that we don't want to go. Moving on to the expanded part of the code, there is no chaos, there is harmony, and it is the basis of taking the world around you that is seemingly chaotic and jumping and just moving all about, and try to put it into a harmonious box that you can do. As a former music major, I would say take this jumble of notes and put them on the staff correctly. We moved on after that to "There is no fear, there is courage." The explanation is that courage is not the absence of fear, it is the recognition of fear and the choice to keep moving forward anyways. Anybody who's truly fearless is truly foolish. And leading into the next line of "There is no foolishness, there is wisdom," where we learn from our collective selves that we need to be more. This is how wisdom occurs from learning from your mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna stumble. You're gonna fall. The main thing is pick yourself back up. Say, what did I learn from this, and go forward from there. I have been doing tournaments for decades, both with a rapier, or recently this last 10 years, a lightsaber as well. Excuse me. You know, and I'll tell you, I don't win them all. In fact, I probably win a little more than half of my fights. But the main thing I try to go is, all right, where did I mess up? Why did I not win? And I could chalk it up to, hey, the other guy was just better. But honestly, that's not even the case. The case could just be, I was off my game. I was losing my concentration. I just wasn't there. But I gained wisdom from it. If I had just ignored the lessons that were presented, I would be a fool. All right, so this now moves us on to the last line of the code. Our last line, line number 7, is "There is no death, there is the Force." Anything that lives dies. Just takes it. That's a solemn fact. Nothing lives forever. And if they've discovered the chance of immortality, I do not know it, and they're not going to share it with me. Although there is a path to to being immortal. I'll get to that in a second. So everything dies. Everybody is going to pass away at some point in time. Friends, family, pets, yourself. The question here is, what transcends death? Now, for my more religious people, that could be Eden. That could be heaven. That could be, if you're a Star Trek fan, it could be Sto-Vo-Kor. It could be Valhalla, the soldier's heaven, or the warrior's heaven, I should say. In my personal, this is personal to me. In my death, I don't know where I'm going. What I can hope, what I can believe, is that my energies from this world will be spread back into the ether that is life, that is what makes the Force. Life energy. It's all around us, the Force. Between you, the camera, me, the phone, the tree, the rock, and as Yoda said, between the ground and the ship. Now, if I had my way, I would hope that most of my energies would be transferred on to my kin, so that they could be stronger because I am still with them. The path of immortality I mentioned earlier is the idea of being remembered. If you can transcend into people's memories, and that memory can be passed on to others, you will live forever. The memory, as long as your memory is alive in others, so will you. This is a more solemn post, obviously, because it's talking about death, and with the world the way it is, it's a hard subject. And I really hope I don't get flagged for it. But that's my personal viewing of the last line, there is no death, there is the Force. It is passing on into the ether, into the energies of the world, and making it a better place because of it. So I hope that met with I hope that hits your definition of it. I'd be really curious to know what you think. Until then, as I always say, make sure that you drink more water, get some activity, get some healthy sun, be kind to the people you meet every day, because they're fighting battles you don't know about and you don't want to be part of the problem. Be kind to the animals, be kind to the environment, and always be kind to yourself. Too many people in this hustle culture climate are not kind to themselves, and you really do need to get it. This means eating properly, sleeping properly, setting boundaries at work, setting boundaries with relationships. Make sure that your mental self and your spiritual self can keep up. Otherwise, your physical self will just give out. It can happen. So, I hope you guys all have a pleasant time, whatever time that you're watching this. And I bid you adieu. Next video, we'll start into either the Jedi beliefs or the Jedi teachings. One of the two. For now, have a good day, and may the Force be with you.